long as Taoki's phone is fine, which it looks like it is, let us jump into game number 1. So we are going to have to wait a little bit just to get a read on what kind of decks they are going to be playing here.
I have to say the meta hasn't shifted too heavily towards one specific angle over the past couple of months to say that the likes of Hecka still very much exists and Balloon is still very much a thing, and these minions will not help out too much in the reinforcement as the Mega Minion along with the Baby Dragon will get the job done with huge pressure now coming with the Miner on the other side.
The Miner comes in and that Baby Dragon able to lock on, does a little bit of damage as the Tombstone a little bit late there. Yeah, does get the Mega Minion at least.
Yeah, still good defense to negate the Mega Minion there. It was actually timed towards his liking as we see a Lava Loon being the deck of choice for Detective Hecka. Now we see the Giant on the other end as a counter.
It's going to do a nice amount of damage on the right side, but you can see the Lava Loon, or the Lava Hound, at least, getting to work there on the top right. This was the deck that Detective Hecka was playing the most in recent days, based on the info we have here. So something he's comfortable with is going to be the first start for him.
Yeah, with that Baby Dragon summon on the left side, made it very comfortable for Detective Hecka to just put the minions down to negate the Giant, which he did a pretty good job of. The second Balloon is coming out. Without the Baby Dragon, how will Taoki take care of this? Or just not? Just don't have enough elixirs. I mean, right, still at 2, now reaching 3, but a little bit too late to summon the Mega Minion now. So it makes a lot of sense. Just going to give that up. Just going to go all in on the right side. Hopefully get, oh, even gets a charge. That's very fortunate with the timing.
But you can see that already, the King Tower up at the top side, down to 2,097. Looking to do his own amount of damage here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too phased by Detective Hecka's run all the way to King Tower, which gets it down to 2,000. But you can see that the Prince, even with that defense coming pretty solid from Hecka, feels like getting it all the way down to 1866. And even the Lightning coming through from the Lava Hound deck. We'll see if the Balloon comes soon enough. It really hasn't. The Skeleton really not going to be available next time around when we see the Prince from here.
That's a fantastic Giant drop the last time around. Take a look at that poison value too, trying to deny as much damage from the Lava Hound as possible. And these guys are very evenly matched currently, but the Lava Hound aggressively dropped already, and so is the Giant.
It's the Balloon. If it gets there, definitely will be the win over towards Hecka. And the Balloon will get there in time. The Giant might not have enough.
The Giant has to do one more. Oh, and he won't.
Spell? Any spell coming through? The Miner.
No. Take a look at the King Tower up at top two. That was going to be a good game. Very close between these two guys, but Detective Hecka able to get off to a good start.
Yeah, in the end, it became a 2-crown game to decide the factors. And Detective Hecka, even though he lost the first tower in a hurry, he was very resilient in trying to stay in this one and was kept very patient by keeping it even throughout majority of that late game. And you know the Balloon was going to hit the tower a lot faster than the Giant would, and makes Hecka the winner on this occasion. And really patient to wait for your right opportunity, and Hecka took the right one and ended up as a winner.
I like how they were both going for trades. I feel like both of those decks can kind of just go ahead and try for it, but especially with the one Princess Tower down and in double elixir where you can just put down Lava Loon together in the one spot there in the middle on your opponent's turf. That's how you know you're going to get in there and do that damage, whereas the Prince not going to be as effective against all those low-cost spells that you can throw down, or I suppose, you know, the minions, the Tombstone, stuff like that. So either way, guys, it looks like we are going to be hopping into game number 2 here in just a moment. We'll see if Detective Hecka ends up playing the same deck. I think I see a poison in there up top. So.
Oh, you're trying to be sneaky there, Valdez. I see you, but
trying to sneakily look at what the deck is going to be.
Well, now he's kind of hiding and covering it up for cameras to not have a say in this. But for Taoki, will he get an equalizer back to make sure he can get the second opportunities to win this series? Because being 1-0 down, feels like Hecka wants to finish this off, as we saw mostly a 3-game series for majority of our series so far.
Yeah, so here we go, guys. Let's hop into game number 2. See who is going to take the lead. If Detective Hecka ends up winning this one, they'll both be at 2-1, which is not bad for your first 3 games.
I feel like Hecka on that last game 1 didn't particularly have the better deck. With that Lava Loon really allowing the Giants to push hard on the opposite side can be very dangerous. You can see that Taoki was very much ready to take this on, and feels like this game should be a little bit more productive for him, knowing the playstyle of Hecka has really come to life in that first game. Really has to be that game changer now with Prince coming online here. There's a Golem deck for Taoki.
It's going to be interesting to see if Detective Hecka just brought a similar deck to what we saw from Taoki the last time. Nice Golem drop. The Prince does get a lot of damage here. As now Inferno Tower going to be pretty good against this one.
Yeah, the Golem will be taken down entirely, and the Night Witch was pretty much done for after that poison, so this will be a negated rush. It's a lot of invested in terms of the Golem, starting with the Night Witch, but Hecka very smartly really gets the out trade on that one. The Miner really not connecting there. Will still get a couple of swipes. Really, you'll take that if you're Hecka, as you're already in the lead, and I feel like elixir-wise, Taoki's going to be once again forced to start off with that Night Witch into that Golem for another attempt at this.
Top right tower, 1995 there for a second. I feel like both these players probably born after that year.
Okay, so actually a Golem placed at the back, so not going to get help from the Night Witch, which is very low health. Makes a lot of sense, so might just be able to supplement this with Baby Dragon and a Mega Minion, and of course the last 2 cards. Most likely a Lumberjack mixed in there as well. It's something that I would predict, but we've seen a lot of E-Dragons as well as part of these Golem decks. We'll see what comes to life. Lightning to start things off.
See that Inferno Tower not going to be able to do much. The Prince also very low, but drops the second one. Great aggro play there.
And that Prince is still alive with that slim HP, doing so much value over towards Hecka, and you're really appreciating that. With the Miner being stopped.
Even tanks with the Miner. Prince is still alive, and he's got a second one.
This is good. Really good stuff for Hecka. You got so much value out of that one Prince, and with the second Prince also helping to supplement on this defense, basically you see Taoki having nothing to do with. That little Golemite will just run out, and the Baby Dragon can easily be countered. Basically no damage coming from Taoki this time around. You're so ahead in Elixir if you're Hecka at the moment.
Well, we are going to see that Golem drop down in the back there, so he's going for another slow push.
Even the Archer's a little bit off range, I would have thought, but it does get in range for the Princess Tower. We'll see what comes out of this one. As the Inferno Tower having a tough time trying to target onto the Golem, doing it now, and will get destroyed, but I think he might be able to cycle to another one here. That's exactly what happened, so we'll see what comes of Hecka, as he's been defending all day, but real no offense on the other side other than that Miner.
And slowly chipping away. It's hard for him to connect too much. You can see he does a lot of chip damage, though.
Oh, wow. Just even with that snowball blind.
Exactly.
Just to make sure you get a couple of damage on.
The Miner, the poison, the snowball, and anything else he can connect with after defending is going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, even just going facepalm against the Night Witch still going to be an option. If you can get one hit with the Miner, it feels like Hecka's going to take it in. Just a second Inferno Tower being placed on the timely connection does very well for Hecka on that defense, and basically the Night Witch can't really make its way around, and even with the Ice Golem stopping its way, there's no way that's going to be enough damage to go through here.
You saw him have 4 archers there in the back. Now he's still got 3 left over, and once again just trying to chip away. Snowball's not going to hit there, but poison does, as well as Miner. The archers stay alive for a really long time, and he's been really good about cycling into double Inferno Tower when he needs it on these counter pushes.
And the Ice Golem into the archers doing really well, but that tornado could be big as we see the Baby Dragon and the Night Witch still alive.
Ooh. Good desperate snowball there at the end, but pretty decent push that time around for Taoki.
Oh, what? Just going all the way to the left side with the Ice Golem and the Prince, but the Skeleton easily able to connect there. So Detective Hecka got a little bit greedy there. I don't know if I agree with this play, as the Night Witch will stay alive and supplement this push on the left side.
Well, at least the Inferno Tower, because he had to defend on the left, is able to get a nice amount of damage to the Golem, which is going to be basically negated. Miner gets in there for more chip damage on the top right, but this one definitely going to extend to the end of overtime, which I think does mean that we will have to replay. Does come down to it. But still trying to chip away here is Detective Hecka, the Miner, getting in there. He still has 20 seconds, Joel.
I mean, we've seen this happen a lot in Zero Asia where it just goes down to the wire and just ends up in a draw. We'll see what the outcome of this comes down to, because we haven't gotten a draw yet in today's regional finals for APAC. And
okay, here it comes. Poison comes in.
Not enough time. Simply not enough time. It will be...
Not able to cycle over to the Miner. Tries to do it at the last second, but not quite enough.
Yeah, so Taoki holds it off to a draw, making things all even. And we'll see what we have to do for this next game, as we do get a draw for the very first time. And as you mentioned about this, we might just go to another game for a rematch.
I feel like he was asking there, can I change my deck? And I saw the hand wave, so maybe we are going to see the same decks. Not 100% sure, as we do see, I believe, some changes made here by Detective Hecka. But yeah, that was really close. If he was just able to accelerate that a slight bit more, he was definitely going to be able to take that one down with the Poison, Miner, and Snowball, I believe. Yeah,
I think I'm still in disagreement with that Ice Golem and Prince onto the left side by Hecka. I think, yeah, it does kind of, you know, sway the distraction away and allows Taoki to focus a little bit more on the left side on the defense. But in the end, you're wasting 20 more seconds where you could have got more chip damage on. You could have gotten more value onto that right tower. As it was pretty low at the end, kind of shows you that a couple of ticks would have been done by just continual pressure on the right side. So I think Hecka kind of threw that lead that he had for himself. It was a winning game for him, but maybe that little bit of counterplay really countered his own play, unfortunately, on that one. And I feel like definitely he could have won that one and just really taken this game home with this second win in this tournament. Would have been nice for him.
Yeah, so now with the pressure on, it looks like the game has started, guys. So let's jump into the rematch of game number 2. I'm very curious about if they did have to keep the same decks.
I wouldn't think so. I think just having different decks is what allows these players to become
there's the answer.
Unique, and it would make more sense that, you know, the players would have their opportunities to change out their decks. So really heavy push by Taoki to start things off as soon as he sees the Lava Hound.
Gets in there with the Lightning. Is going to be able to deny that one, but now not enough elixir to defend against that.
I mean, the minions were a little bit late in terms of that reaction time, and in the end, the Lava Hound does explode and allows them to...
It's a lot of damage.
The Lava Pups, yeah. Lava Pups just going to be ignored entirely by Taoki on that one. Feels like he has something better coming onto the right side, perhaps.
Well, looks like same decks here for both of the players.
Double Lava Loon, maybe. Haven't seen the balloon from Hecka, but something does tell me that Hecka is a big favor. He really does favor the heavy decks out there, and the aerial heavy deck equivalent of what we know does work very well in this instance.
Just gonna throw out that Lightning, but can he get the extra damage done onto the balloon is the question.
This looks good. This looks like a drop. Ooh, okay.
Really close. Down to the wire on that one.
Yeah. And the Lava Pups just gonna be targeting out the Mega Minion, and this will allow Taoki to get some damage, but not enough to really be happy with that one. And Hecka did a very good job of timing that correctly with the Lightning just having enough to stop the balloon there. There you go. We see the balloon. So it's going to be a double Lava Loon. Who's going to get the better drop? Brent Valdez.
Well, a little bit ahead of the play here is Detective Hecka. Good defense so far, and positioning on that Mega Minion. Gets on, but there is a great Lightning offensively this time around.
Yeah.
Gets the drop and the damage.
Yeah, even has the Tombstone to negate this directional change from the balloon, and the fireball will come out, so we'll allow that one drop. The second drop will definitely come out, as the Lava Hound is still tanking for days. But the second Lava Hound kind of shows us that Taoki wants to win this all right now.
Taoki going for it with that second Lava Hound, but take a look at the damage.
Yeah, the Infernal Dragon really getting to work now with the arrows was there just in time, but the second tower goes down. That's going to be it.
Yeah, that will be it. Taoki with the comeback here is Detective Hecka. Just a little bit too eager to try to go for the trade that time around. Decided I don't really have a chance at defense, so big smile here for Taoki as he just take down game 2.
You know, we do see Detective Hecka not as the winner after that very aggressive offensive lightning you were mentioning. Really serving to get the second tower down fast, that's for sure, but you know, what did it all result to? Really having that 6 less elixir to defend out against the eventual, you know, 2 crown that really finished off the game for Taoki's side. And even without that lightning, I would have imagined that it would have been very close to knocking the tower down regardless for Hecka, so got a little bit too eager to spend that extra 6 elixirs where it might not have been needed for him to at least get things even. So we'll see how that comes about for Hecka. Now he's on a 2 games of losses, and we'll see if that really affects him for the rest of the tournament as he has a lot more games to go.
Well, the music has started. You know what that means. The drums getting in there. We are going to be going into game number 3. Did have our first draw of the day, which is kind of interesting how it got pretty close, but perhaps some issues here as we're testing stuff on Detective Hecka's phone.
Yeah, it seems like they're already in-game, maybe? I can't really see that clear. Yeah, they're already in-game and testing things out, and
yeah, so just gonna have to wait and see what the issue seems to be. Maybe a bit of lag or something like that. Maybe the ref was testing it to see exactly to what extent that is here, so.
You know, speaking of Hecka, he does have a very, very nice hairstyle going on today. Definitely wasn't like this. Yeah, definitely wasn't like this the last time I saw him at CRL. Seems like he became a more independent, free of a person, and really expressing that with his hairstyle that he hasn't gotten a haircut for I think at least a year. You know, what do you say to that?
At least probably 9 months, I'd say.
9 months is what you're going for.
That is my guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he just grows it really fast.
Could be. You know, some people grow their hair a lot faster than others feel. That does feel bad for certain type of humans out there that doesn't allow the hair to come out as fast. But yeah, Hecka, I think I'll give it 13 months on that hairdo. We'll see. We'll get to ask him after the games. I'm sure if he wins, he'll be definitely willing to answer that question. Oh boy. Yeah. We saw that at the last minute.
Pushing it forward here. It's now game on for game number 3. As once again, we're all tied up here. No 2-0s just yet.
Yeah. So it seems like all the games, at least the ones that are broadcasted, it will end up going to mostly to 3 games of how competitive all these players are. And Ram Rider. So the skeletons won't be too much of an issue, but the Prince definitely will be looking, getting the charge, but onto the Ram Rider is not going to be ideal as the Bandit will get on soon after. This is trouble.
Oh boy. Gets the charge. Snowball comes out a little bit too late on the elixir. Maybe had to cycle to that one, but good response already.
And it's really behind elixirs right now, Hecka, as you only see that barely any piece of that baby dragon left alive. You saw that Taoki was 1 elixir ahead and 3 elixirs after that barbarian barrel. Kind of shows you that Hecka really leaking a lot of elixirs already on both sides, and it's like something has to be going on here. We saw, nothing too significant of what we got out of it so far, so we're going to see a Pekka with the Ram Rider for Hecka and a Golem on the same side for Taoki. Interesting play here.
He says he's not scared of the Hecka, I suppose. See what else he has up his sleeve, but only has the 3, and that is a really nice Electro Wizard.
Yeah, the E-Wiz to stop the charge from the Prince is going to be very, very important. And this Poison is going to just do the amount of work. And with this Prince coming in, oh, this is brilliant. This is really the mechanism of the Rammer that is so unique to this game. They can really just stun and keep a unit right on his heels. It just allow the Prince to, you know, be relentless as it's moving, but by itself, it really doesn't do much.
And now we're getting aggressive with the Pekka too. Drops it right there on the bridge, coming forward.
It might be a good poison opportunity for Hecka, and he's using it now, and he's going to allow the Prince to negate the Pekka. As we can see, and the Golem is still on charge, trying to get this going.
Gets that one out here. How about a second Prince now?
No, it doesn't get the charge from the Bandit. That is actually huge.
Oh boy.
And this will be Taoki basically winning out the game with that charge not coming through. That's going to be the one Hecka doesn't win out this one.
Yeah, calling out the offensive GG too, saying get out of my game, as Taoki is going to move on to 3 wins already to start us off.
Yeah, gives a thumb up over towards the side of Hecka, and Taoki coming out as a winner on that one, so that the Prince was really not being able to properly being maneuvered by Hecka, and many of those